In the heart of the majestic Swiss Alps, where the peaks touch the sky, a journey of timeless precision and ancient artistry begins under the morning sun. At the edge of a quiet village, an old wooden workshop stands as a sanctuary for a craft that has survived through centuries of changing history. Step inside a world where time seems to stand still, and the only thing that matters is the pursuit of mechanical perfection and artistic soul. Tiny specks of dust dance in the morning light, like stars in a miniature universe, marking the beginning of another day dedicated to the watchmaking craft. The master watchmaker takes a final moment of quiet reflection, drawing inspiration from the eternal mountains before his hands begin their delicate and demanding work. He opens a book of secrets, as a collection of sketches passed down through generations, containing the blueprints for a machine that captures the essence of time. Every line drawn is a promise of accuracy, a marriage of mathematics and aesthetics that will eventually breathe life into cold, hard metal and precious stones. His eyes see beyond the surface, visualizing the complex dance of wheels and springs that will soon pulse with the very heartbeat of a living mechanism. In this sacred space, the tools of geometry become the instruments of creation, laying the foundation for a unique masterpiece that will never be replicated. Even the simplest act is performed with deliberate grace, for in the world of high horology, there is no room for haste or any careless error. Through these pages, we trace the evolution of a dream, from a mere thought into a tangible design that challenges the very limits of human engineering. Each stroke of the pencil brings us closer to the birth of a legend, where the mechanical meets the spiritual in a silent, beautiful harmony of design. Hours pass like minutes when one is lost in the pursuit of perfection, as the light shifts and the day begins to reveal its true purpose. The lens becomes an extension of the soul, allowing the maker to enter a world where the smallest detail is as vast as the mountain range. This is not just a job, it is a lifelong devotion to an art form that refuses to be hurried by the modern world's frantic, noisy pace. With the spark of a flame, the transition from theory to reality begins, as we prepare to forge the heart of our mechanical companion in fire. We start with the purest elements, noble metals that have held their value for millennia, waiting to be transformed by the hands of a skilled artisan. The blueprints are set, the vision is clear, and now the physical labor of bringing this unique timepiece to life can finally and truly begin today. At this very moment, the silence of the mountains meets the rhythmic soul of a machine that will beat for centuries to come in perfect silence. The transformation begins with fire and gold, as raw precious metal is heated until it flows like liquid sunlight, destined to become a horological masterpiece. In the hiss of steam, the liquid gold finds its strength, taking its first solid form as the foundation of a watch that will transcend generations. Now we move to the steel, the bone and muscle of the movement, where every cut must be made with the accuracy of a surgeon's knife. No automated machines are found here. Only the steady pressure of a human hand guides the blade, carving beauty out of the stubborn, cold metal. The rough edges are smoothed away until the metal shines with a brilliance that rivals the sun, preparing it for the intricate assembly that lies ahead. Even the remnants of our labor are beautiful, a testament to the amount of material removed to find the perfect form hidden within the block. We drill with absolute precision, creating the tiny cradles that will hold the ruby jewels, ensuring that every rotating part moves with almost zero friction. A hair's breadth is too wide a margin for us. We measure in microns, chasing a level of perfection that only the most dedicated can achieve. Each tap of the hammer is a conversation between the maker and the material, a delicate dance of force and finesse to achieve the perfect fit. The steel is tempered in fire to achieve the perfect balance of flexibility and strength, a process that requires an expert eye for changing colors. We polish until the surface disappears into a deep, dark reflection, a technique known as black polish that only the finest watchmakers in the world master. The skeleton of the watch is ready, a collection of individual parts that are beautiful on their own, but destined for a much greater purpose. Cleanliness is a religion in the atelier. The slightest piece of lint could stop the heart of the machine we are working so hard to build. Control is everything, a battle against one's own heartbeat to maintain the stillness required to handle parts that are smaller than a grain of sand. The window to the soul of the watch is crafted from sapphire, a material second only to diamond in hardness, ensuring clarity for a lifetime. The gold case is a sculpture in its own right, designed to protect the delicate mechanism within while displaying a timeless elegance on the wrist. With the mark of the artisan, the metal gains an identity, a signature that guarantees its origin and the passion that went into its creation. Under the microscope, a new world is revealed, where the smallest scratch looks like a canyon, and every tooth of a gear must be perfect. For lubrication is the lifeblood of the machine, placed with surgical precision to ensure that the march of time remains smooth and entirely uninterrupted. The maker sees his own reflection in his work, a reminder that a piece of his life and soul is being built into every component. The first connection is made. The gears begin their eternal dance, a silent partnership that will measure the passing seconds of a human life. Every screw is a commitment to stability, tightened with just enough torque to hold forever, but never so much as to stress the delicate metal. The spring is the source of energy, a reservoir of power that will be released slowly, second by second, through the genius of the escapement. Final touches are made with organic materials, using ancient techniques that modern machines can never replicate, ensuring a surface that is truly pristine. The components are ready, a silent orchestra waiting for the conductor to bring them together into a single, breathing, and living mechanical organism. Now we enter the microscopic world where every micron matters, placing the smallest gears with a steady hand that has mastered the art of absolute patience. The rubies are not just for beauty, they are the frictionless heart of the movement, protecting the pivots from wear over many decades of use. As the bridge descends, the architecture of the movement takes shape, locking the gears into their permanent positions within the golden framework of time. Every movement is deliberate. Every turn of the screw is a step closer to the moment when the watch will wake from its metal slumber. We handle the hairspring with the reverence it deserves. This thin ribbon of metal is the soul of the watch, regulating its very heartbeat. It takes a master's touch to breathe life into the spring, ensuring it breathes with a perfect rhythm, expanding and contracting in a flawless circle. The balance wheel is the heartbeat, and as it finds its place, the entire mechanism seems to hold its breath in anticipation of the first beat. A single, gentle touch is all it takes to awaken the sleeping giant, as the metal begins to move with a purpose of its own. Tick, tock, the sound of time begins. A mechanical heartbeat that will continue for 100 years, powered only by the tension of a spring. The sound is a symphony to his ears, the culmination of hundreds of hours of work, now vibrating with the undeniable energy of successful creation. We wind the watch, feeding it the energy it needs to sustain its rhythm, feeling the resistance of the mainspring as it stores its power. Even in motion, the care continues, ensuring that the most active parts of the movement are protected by a microscopic film of the finest oil. The power is contained within this tiny drum, a silent force that will drive the hands of time across the face of the masterpiece. Precision is refined to the second, as we calibrate the heartbeat to match the rotation of the Earth and the passage of the stars above. The movement is a living thing now, a mechanical brain that computes the progress of the day with an accuracy that defies its small size. He checks every angle, every shadow, ensuring that the assembly is not just functional, but a work of structural art that stands up to scrutiny. We protect the heartbeat, shielding it from the world while we prepare the exterior that will eventually present its face to the future owner. The tools are treated with as much respect as the watch itself, for they are the bridge between the maker's mind and the metal's form. Each tool has its purpose, a specific role in the grand design, waiting for the next time the master's hand calls them into action once more. A brief moment of rest is earned, listening to the steady rhythm he has created, a sound that fills the quiet atelier with a sense of life. The rotation is hypnotic, a back-and-forth motion that has been perfected over centuries of horological innovation and deep mechanical study by the masters. We record its birth, its performance, and its character, creating a pedigree that will accompany the watch on its journey through the long years. Under special light, we search for the invisible, ensuring that the interior of this mechanical wonder is as pure as the mountain air outside. The watchmaker and the watch become one, a shared pulse that marks the passage of a lifetime dedicated to the mastery of the mechanical. Even the smallest drop of oil is an act of devotion, ensuring that time will never be slowed down by the weight of its own existence. The movement is a jewel in itself, a golden heart that beats with the precision of the universe, are ready to be dressed in its final finery. Feel the power transfer from finger to spring, a tactile connection that reminds us that we are the ones who give time its initial momentum. He listens to the music of the gears, a trained ear detecting the slightest whisper of a problem before it can ever become a real issue. Each contact is a moment of truth, the mechanical definition of a second, repeating hundreds of thousands of times every single day of the year. The heart is protected, beating steadily in its glass sanctuary as we prepare for the next stage of artistic transformation and final, meticulous decoration. Every screw head is polished to a mirror finish, a level of detail that no one might ever see, but the artisan knows it is there. We protect every surface, ensuring that the passage of time does not bring the slow decay of oxidation to our carefully crafted mechanical components. The spring breathes with the life we have given it, a rhythmic expansion that is the very essence of a mechanical soul in constant motion. The transition from engineering to art is a quiet one. As the workspace is cleared, for the delicate work of making the movement truly beautiful. The engraver's tool is prepared, a sharp needle of steel that will carve stories into the gold bridges of our beating, mechanical heart of time. One last breath of calm, one last moment of stillness, before the hand begins to leave its permanent mark on the golden skin of the machine. The first cut is made, a line of light on a sea of gold, starting the process of turning a machine into a unique piece of art. It beats at the center of our world, a bridge between the physical laws of the universe and the creative spirit of the human heart. We carve the Waves of Geneva, a traditional decoration that creates a play of light and shadow dancing across the surface of the movement bridges. How the hand moves with a confidence born of decades of practice, creating patterns that are as regular as the heartbeat of the watch itself. Heat is used to transform steel, watching carefully as the temperature dictates the color, waiting for that perfect, deep royal blue to appear slowly. The blue screw is a symbol of traditional excellence, a color achieved through fire and a perfect eye for the exact moment of chemical change. Blue on gold, a classic aesthetic that speaks of high horology and the meticulous attention to detail that defines a truly unique and handcrafted timepiece. The face of time is painted by hand, numeral by numeral, with a steady hand that ensures every line is crisp, elegant, and perfectly balanced. Grand faux enamel is a trial by fire, where the glass powder melts to create a surface that will never fade or lose its brilliant luster. Only the perfect dials survive the furnace. Any flaw means starting over, for the face of the watch must be as flawless as its heart. A touch of gold leaf adds a final regal flourish, a signature of quality that catches the light with every movement of the wearer's wrist. Anglage is the art of the edge, a hand-polished bevel that reflects the light and separates the master from the machine made in the world of watches. This thin line of light is the result of hours of patient polishing with wood and diamond paste, a hidden detail for the true connoisseur. Perlage creates a landscape of light, a hidden beauty on the base plate that reveals itself only when the movement is fully disassembled by a watchmaker. Each circle is placed by hand, a rhythmic repetition that adds texture and depth to the mechanical heart, proving that beauty exists even where unseen. We use the oldest materials to achieve the most modern shine, or letting the natural fibers of the wood bring out the true luster of gold. The hands of time are forged in fire, their blue steel reaching out to touch the numerals on the dial with a grace that is eternal. The face meets the heart, a perfect union that transforms a mechanical movement into a recognizable timepiece, ready to speak its first true words. We set the hours first, the foundation of the day, ensuring the hand sits perfectly flat above the beautiful white expanse of the enamel dial. The minute hand follows, a delicate dance of clearances where a fraction of a millimeter is the difference between perfection and a mechanical failure. The second's hand is the most active, a constant reminder of the fleeting nature of the moment, sweeping smoothly across the dial's elegant, hand-painted numerals. Everything must align at high noon. It's a moment of perfect symmetry that proves the mechanical integrity of the hand-setting process and the movement's timing. The final cleaning is a ritual, ensuring that no impurity is trapped forever behind the sapphire crystal, maintaining the watch's clarity for centuries to come. The case is the final embrace, a golden shell that will protect this delicate universe from the harsh realities of the outside world and daily wear. Home at last, the movement settled into its case, a perfect marriage of interior complexity and exterior beauty, ready for its first real-world test. We seal the masterpiece, turning the final screws to create a water-resistant sanctuary for the mechanical soul that beats within the golden walls. The crown is the gateway, the only point of contact between the wearer and the machine, sealed tight to keep the elements of nature out. We buff away the evidence of our labor, leaving only the pure, undistorted glow of the metal and the crystal, reflecting the world around it. The crystal disappears, leaving only the time, presented with a clarity that makes it feel as though you could reach out and touch it. A final listen, a final check, confirming that the rhythm is true and the soul is steady, ready to begin its life on a wrist. Numbered and documented, this watch now has its own identity, a unique place in the long and storied history of this ancient atelier's heritage. The final trial begins, a week of constant observation to ensure that the watch maintains its accuracy in every position and at every temperature. As the day ends, the watch continues its tireless march, a small but powerful defiance against the inevitable passage of time in our modern world. The balance wheel swings with a renewed vigor, a steady and strong heartbeat that signals the full health and vitality of our completed mechanical movement. Through the sapphire window, we can finally admire the full glory of the movement, a landscape of gold, steel, and rubies working in perfect unison. The winding mass spins with a whisper, capturing the kinetic energy of human life and converting it into the power that keeps time moving forward. A straight line on the graph is our ultimate goal, a visual representation of a perfect heartbeat that never falters and never loses its way. We challenge the machine in every orientation, simulating the movements of a real life to ensure that gravity never interferes with its sacred, precise duty. The last few seconds of error are hunted down and eliminated, a final refinement that separates a good watch from a true chronometer of excellence. Beneath the surface, the watch remains dry and safe, its seals holding firm against the pressure, are proving its readiness for the adventures of the wearer. Dry as a bone and ticking strong, the watch has passed its most difficult physical test, confirming the integrity of its golden, protective outer shell. The strap is crafted with the same care as the movement, using only the finest leathers and hand-stitched for a strength and beauty that lasts. The watch is now complete, its leather arms ready to wrap around a wrist, connecting the mechanical masterpiece to the human who will cherish it. Every component, down to the smallest buckle, is a testament to the brand's commitment to luxury and the artisan's dedication to every single detail. One last purification, ensuring that the watch is as clean as the day it was conceived, ready to shine in the eyes of its new owner. Under the lens, we see the perfection of our labor and the flawless face that hides a complex world of mechanical genius beneath its white surface. A moment of silent farewell as the creator says goodbye to his creation, knowing that it is ready to fulfill its destiny in the world. The signature is a promise, a personal guarantee of quality, and a link between the artisan and the future generations who will own this piece. The work is done. The thousands of hours of focus and the years of training have culminated in this single, perfect object of mechanical art. Midnight or high noon, the watch remains a beacon of accuracy, a mechanical compass that guides its owner through the journey of their own life. We treat it like a newborn, with the utmost gentleness, preparing it for the final presentation and its journey to its permanent new home. The document of its birth is signed, a formal recognition of its unique status and its place among the elite timepieces of the world today. Sealed with tradition, the watch's history is now preserved, a legacy in waiting, ready to be discovered and cherished by its future owner's family. The workshop is reflected in its surface, a final memory of the place where it was born from fire, steel, and a master's dedicated vision. The lights dim, the tools are stowed, and the silence returns to the atelier. But the heartbeat of the watch continues in the quiet dark. Even in the shadows, time remains visible, a glowing guide that never sleeps, powered by the light it has collected throughout the long day. We look to the stars to set our watches, and in this mechanical heart, we have captured a small piece of that cosmic, eternal rhythm. The journey from raw metal to a living soul is complete, and a new chapter is about to begin for this singular mechanical masterpiece. With hands protected and a heart full of pride, the master prepares to present the fruits of his labor to the world outside his shop. The throne is ready, and a handcrafted box of ancient oak, designed to hold the masterpiece as it waits for its new owner to arrive. It sits in splendor, a jewel of engineering and art, its presence filling the room with a sense of timeless elegance and quiet, powerful dignity. The box is closed, preserving the secret of the watch until the moment of its grand reveal, a gift of time wrapped in natural wood. He walks with the weight of history in his hands, moving from the sanctuary of the workshop into the light of a new, bright day. As the sun dips below the horizon, the sky pays tribute to the beauty of the craft with a display of light that mirrors the gold. The long journey of creation is finished, leaving behind a legacy that will outlast the man who made it, a true victory over time. Even in the quiet of the night, the presence of the masterpiece is felt, a silent promise of precision and beauty waiting for the dawn's light. The exchange is made with a simple nod, a transfer of trust and craftsmanship from the creator to the one who will now carry it. The owner feels the history in his hands, a connection to the mountains, the fire, and the master's touch that he will now own forever. The moment of revelation is one of pure wonder, as the beauty of the timepiece finally meets the gaze of the person it was born for. At last, the watch finds its pulse on a human wrist, its mechanical heartbeat now synchronized with the life and rhythm of its new guardian and owner. A smile of true satisfaction, more than just a tool for telling time, it is a piece of art that tells a story of human achievement. He watches his work go out into the world, a part of himself traveling to distant places through years and decades he may never see. The ticking continues, a tireless symphony of mechanical parts that will not stop for a lifetime, a constant companion in the dark and light. This is the essence of our heritage, a name that stands for the bridge between the old ways and the eternal beauty of mechanical time. For we do not just measure time, we preserve it, turning the fleeting moments of our lives into a tangible legacy for the future generations. The mountains stand eternal, and so does the spirit of the craft, a symphony of time that will play on long after we are gone. The beat goes on, a mechanical heartbeat that connects us to the very center of the universe and the infinite, beautiful flow of our existence. As a new day begins, the cycle of creation starts again, for the pursuit of perfection is a journey that truly has no end in time.